Welcome to 60 Skills. And in today's lecture, we're going to talk about the importance of learning how to program your energy. All right, now there are a couple ways you can go about doing this, but one of the most important parts of programming your energy requires you to change your background energetic settings. What are these? Well, these are the things that you've just picked up over the course of your life. How you view yourself, your emotional state, how you generally feel, where you think you're going in life, your kind of default settings. Now, these are influenced by a variety of factors, but for the most part, in most people, the accumulation of this kind of background energetic vibration is in fact not an active choice. It can come from how you're raised, your parents' belief system, what you learned in school, what others told you about you, so on and so forth. This is not an optimum way to go about living your life. So techniques like the secret smile are a good way to change this. So what you're doing is you're going to overlay a new energetic vibration on top of your background vibration, which eventually replaces what was ever passively accumulated there with something that you choose. Now, in techniques like the secret smile, again, as an example, you will use things like love, success, orgasm, health, warmth, this kind of thing. And this is important because otherwise, when you go about practicing energetic work, for the most part, it tends to reinforce what is already there. So having a technique and then later on taking a moment to tune your personal energy to a more beneficial state makes things work much better. And if you're doing things like Qigong for health or Tai Chi or other things like this, this is extremely important. This is one of the reasons why with some people who have a lot of problems, you don't seem to see them change very much when they do a lot of energetic work over time. Because what they're doing is they're essentially reinforcing whatever's there. This isn't helpful. So that's one aspect of learning to program your energy. Now, another aspect of this is choosing which level of reality you wish to engage with. Now, again, most forms of Qigong are going to teach some basic form of pore breathing. For the most part, the energy those people are working with tends to default to the vital or the astral. And this works well if you're doing a lot of packing techniques to the lower abdomen, because as the lower abdomen fills, it is more a physical apparatus than purely energetic, it will auto-convert into additional astral and mental energy. However, this is a relatively passive way of doing things. Things like the 3 releases, or converting from Jing to Qi to Shin, or the 3 conversions, or the 3 transformations, as it's sometimes referred to, are a more active way of doing this. This allows you to choose the characteristic of the energy that you wish to engage, whether it's its vital, whether it's its astral or timeless aspect, or whether it is its mental or spaceless aspect. Additionally, with more practice, you can learn how to engage the Akashic and non-dual light aspects of a given energy as well. In many ways, this is a lot like learning how to play a chord in music. Once you've got a few chords down, then you can begin to actually make music. So on the one hand, we've got the issue of needing to be able to program the background information in our energy. And in another, we have the issue of needing to choose what level of reality we're trying to impact. This in turn leads us to a third way by which you can program your energy. Now, one of the key concepts in Hermetics writ large, the more esoteric or tantric forms of meditation and the 60 Skills curriculum in particular, is this idea of 3-point concentration. This is the combination of a color, a sound, and a sensation. Colors are pretty easy to understand. Sounds are pretty easy to understand. What do you mean by a sensation? Well, again, in classical hermetics, you've got 5 basic sensations you deal with. Akasha, penetrating, air, floating, fire, burning, water, cooling and contracting, and of course, earth, condensing and heavy. And of course, it doesn't have to end there. But 3-point concentration is the beginning of your way of learning how to dial in specifically to what you want to work on. And this in turn can also be modulated across those 5 levels of reality: non-dual light, Akasha, mental, astral, and vital. Now, once you can learn how to do this, control your background programming, address the proper level of reality, and dial in specifically to what bandwidth or frequency of energy you're choosing to deal with, well, now, in terms of magic or meditation, you've gone beyond merely learning your chords or basics. Now you're playing music, by way of analogy. And this is where the real magic begins to happen. Because until you can positively identify what you're working with, and then repeat it and make it go where you need it to go, a lot of the results you're going to get in meditative and magical practice are going to be kind of random. Now, again, because maybe you hit something one time, but your ability to dial into it isn't too good, and you can't really concentrate, and so you hit something the next time. The development of these skills are integral to your being in charge of your personal energy. By virtue of this, you can then take this up the path of enlightenment or down the chain of manifestation, depending upon what you're attempting to work on. But regardless of which direction you choose to go, this 3-pronged process of learning to control your background energy, being able to determine what level of reality you choose to work at, and then having the ability to focus on what it is you're choosing to work with, are integral towards making you a free and independent person. So, I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. If you did, please hit the subscribe button down below and give us a like. And if you would like to learn more about the 60 Skills curriculum, please check out the links in the details section of the video down below. Otherwise, be well.